This is a Brooklyn-bound 2 train. The next stop is Wall Street.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Get to the chopper. That's the wrong movie reference, but I'm going to name this podcast True Lies. Welcome back, everyone. It is Thursday, June 13th. This is Not Your Advisor, NYU grad. Let's jump right into today's session. So taking a quick look at breadth action today, we had 465 new highs versus 241 new lows. 34% of stocks were advancing, 62% were declining. Looking at the 50-day moving average, you had 48% below and 36% below the 200-day moving average. This is actually an expansion of the 50-day, so that's not good. Taking a quick look at mega cap land, it was a mixed bag, to be quite honest with you. Looking at the Mag 7, you had Nvidia and the semiconductors in general leading the way. Tesla was up 2.9%. But you had Google down 1.5%, Meta down almost a stick, Microsoft was a nothing burger, up 0.12%, Amazon down 1.6%. Looking quickly at the sectors, I believe tech led. It did, up 0.79%. But keep in mind, this was roughly 3 stocks, mainly one in the NASDAQ 100. And I'll cover that in a second. But the next place behind tech on the green side was real estate, up 0.37%. Everything else was pretty much red. You had energy leading to the downside, down 1.2%. Communication services down 1.15%. Financials down 0.67%. Basic materials down 0.6%, consumer cyclical down 0.53%, industrials down 0.5%. Keep in mind, this is Thursday, so we have another session tomorrow. But as of now, for the week up until Thursday, technology is leading the way, up 5.1% for the week. Everything else is red. So let's keep peeling the onion here. So the Treasury Secretary spoke today, Janet Yellen, or like around noon, and she says the U.S. debt load is in reasonable place as long as it remains at the current levels in relation to GDP and the economy. Yet, when you take a look at the data that came out for new jobless claims, I'm going to post the bar graph. California initial jobless claims are exploding. You can probably add up the bottom, 80% of states, and it would basically sum up all of California's initial jobless claims. So I'll ask, I think I have a high percentage or a large constituent of subscribers and listeners in California. Are you all seeing this data, or which data is real and which data is fake? When they say initial jobless claims in California is the highest by a long shot, is that fake news? Or is the economy is great fake news? If you're in California, leave me a comment. I would love to know who is lying here. Let's keep going. So if you take a look at RSP, ticker symbol Robert Sam Paul, that is the equal weight S&P ETF. And if you compare it to SPY, which has the overweight of the Mag 7, the performance is night and day. It's all a few stocks that are driving all of these gains. It used to be at least the Mag 7, which included, Apple, etc. But now it's just all semiconductors. Because when you look at the SOX index, the Philadelphia Semiconductor Index, only like 5 to 6 were appreciably green today. The rest were all red. Take a look at QQEW. That's the equal weight NASDAQ versus QQQ. Same story, but actually worse than the equal weight S&P versus S&P. And again, this is all being driven by a few stocks. Today, Broadcom, ticker symbol AVGO, was up over 12%. Tesla was up 3.8. Nvidia was up 2.8. And that drove all of the NASDAQ 100 gains. That is not good. So with that said, I'm going to be very brief today. I'm going to go over with the paying members probably like 25 stocks and charts. But I digress. Let me first go over what was strong and what was weak today. Keep in mind, these are all percents. Bitfarm up 15.6%. SMCI up 12.4%. Broadcom up 12.2%. ACMR Research 3.62%. NVIDIA 3.5%. Tesla 2.9%. Hims and Hers 2.9%. Dell 2.4%. Birkenstock 1.9%. What was weak? Much longer list here. Wayfair 8.2%, down 8.2%. MicroStrategies down 7.4%. Lyft down 6.8%. Affirm Holdings down 6.49%. Rivian 5.85%. Zeta Global 5.47%. Etsy 4.95%. MongoDB 4.8%. Instacart 4.3%. Coupang 4.3%. Zoom Conferencing 4.26%, NovaGold 4.19%, Zscaler 4.12%, Silver Futures 4.07%, New York Community Bank 3.98%, Carvana 3.9%, Roku 3.8%, AI 3.57%, SVM 3.38%, Kura Sushi 3.17%, Uber 3.13%, Paysafe 3.02%, Spotify 3%, Reddit 2.99%, PayPal 2.98%, Restoration Hardware 2.97%, TBT 2.91%, Coinbase 2.87%, Natural Gas Futures 2.79%, BITU 2.75%, SILJ 2.6%, Pan American Silver 2.56%, GDX 2.5%, Race, which is Ferrari, down 2.5%, DJT 2.4%, GDXJ 2.38%, SLV 2.2%, PSLV down 2.2%, Airbnb down 2.16%, Palantir 2.1%, PJT Partners 2.09%, and Barrick Gold 2.01%. Free members continue to watch yields. I suspect that yields are not going to go too much further to the south or to the negative, because how can the government and the Federal Reserve continue to play this game of we're going to give cuts if the yields, the 10-year yield and the dollar keeps falling? So watch also the DXY, the $100 level. That should provide support, but if it doesn't, all hell's going to break loose as well. So with that said, I'll see you after the Friday session. Paying members, please stay on to go over about 25 charts today. That's my train.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.